Guys, welcome back to another video on here. And today's topic, we're going to be talking about what exactly does our company do in terms of what type of work and services that we offer in FRC Construction. So I'm going to go over some of the services we offer and some of the basically new stuff and new services that we've been recently doing, So we're I would consider myself at this point a general construction company, When I first started back in 2013, we started with hardscape, which was pavers, retaining walls, and that type of work, which I still enjoy doing it. I think the hardscape side, the pavers, the retaining walls is still our go-to number one thing that we love to do. I personally enjoyed it. I've done it for so many years. That's our main construction thing. And our second probably top service that we also offer is exterior painting. The reason why these are two things that I really enjoy, that I like a lot, hardscapes, which I grew up since I was a kid, very young age, about 14, doing hardscape work, installing patios, retaining walls, something I really enjoyed. And then the exterior painting was later on, which I really like doing it, If it was up to me, if the weather was super nice here in Oregon, I would be doing exterior painting probably all year. But unfortunately, we have during the now we're getting closer to the winter, the next couple 4 months that we're not going to have the nicest weather to paint exterior. And I don't like painting because it's too raining. It's just showers and this fog and everything. So it's really hard to paint exterior during this time of year. If otherwise, I would be painting all year, guys, honestly, on there. So those are the two primary services that my company offers. Now, as a small business owner, what I came to realize over time that sometimes not everybody's going to be installing hardscapes. Not everybody's going to be requesting pavers, retaining walls, or that type of work. And so for me to stay busy, especially if you have a team of employees or people you need to take care of, you need to have jobs lined up for them to be able to take care of, especially this time of year where things slow down in construction. And so we have to offer other general services on there, other services that I wouldn't necessarily got into a couple years ago, but I came to the realization that I must also offer them and must also do them as well. The other services include things like building foundations. Just recently we have a project where we build a foundation, get a foundation installed on that with an engineered plan, inspections, and all the everything that went with building a foundation. And we also got requested for us to do the framing work. Now this scope of work is definitely far from what we do, because you'll see I never really in the past done very little remodeling. I have some experiences and I can read a plan. So the framing, I have a group of guys that have some experience doing that. So we're doing that type of work right now, which is a learning experience really to do the framing work, because that's a whole new ballgame, doing the framing. Do I enjoy doing the framing? Not necessarily, but I realize that it's all work and I enjoy working on there. And I'm the type of person who's always willing to learn new things, especially in the construction industry. And this was a great place for me to learn more about the framing, learn more about building foundations, which now we're getting pretty good at doing that. And also, over the time, like I mentioned, guys, you're not always going to have hardscape work or exterior painting. And so I think within the last 2 years, I also made a transition over to installing concrete. So concrete work, that's something I probably would have never imagined a couple of years ago that I would be doing. But I realized that there was a requested for concrete and a demand for that type of service. And I also got into the concrete work as well. It was something I would have never thought I would have got, but within the last 2 years, now we're putting concrete walkways, concrete paths. I mean, I've had some experience before in the past installing concrete, finishing concrete a little bit. But when you have a good team of guys, in my case, I have really great contacts and people that I can bring in to do the finishing work. So I decided just to sell the concrete projects, because I have, in my opinion, one of the best concrete team that I could possibly have probably in the entire Pacific Northwest. The team is so good, and I feel extremely confident and that we can do almost any concrete project on there, because we're bringing in the best people to do the best job possible. And if you guys seen on my channel, on the FRC Construction channel, the high quality work that we do, the people that we bring in, and we just bring in the best people to do the best work. Now, if you've seen the type of quality, and if you have had the opportunity to even go and see some of the reviews that we give, we're rated extremely high in communication, which I try to have the best communication with all my clients. We're rated really high in value because we provide really good value to the customer and quality work as well. You know, we believe, and myself, and this was a phrase that my dad used to use back in the day when he used to be a contractor as well, is that quality better than quantity. And I still go by that phrase too. I prefer quality better than quantity. You know, I'd rather have jobs that are very high in quality than having so much work, you know. And I highly believe in quality, and I've maintained the same idea since my dad used to be a contractor too. And keep the family tradition going, you know, keep the family tradition going of doing the work. And I kept it going on there with quality, you know, providing really great value to the customer, communication, which are 3 things we're rated very, very high on there. If you ever looked at our Google reviews, I've worked really hard to maintain those type of things, you know. As a small business owner, as a small company on there, the number one thing we need to do is that, you know, make our clients as happy as possible, because a lot of it is, you know, a lot of my customers or friends, and I mentioned this to the video, they're not just clients. We're going to be building a long-term relationship, because we're going to be doing multiple projects with them in the future. So my plan is not just to go out there when I do a job, hey, and this is only going to be a one-hit wonder. No, it's going to be doing multiple jobs for the same repeated customers again, because I've done a lot of my business is done to repeated customers, where I go back, be like, hey, Mr. Smith, or you know, whoever, be like, hey, what's the next project in mind? And then they'll call me and they'll think about me when they have the next project in mind. So that's the most important thing, is maintaining that relationship with my clients, you know. And one thing I'm going to be working on very hard in 2025 is that I've serviced a lot of clients. I've personally serviced a lot of clients, and guys, like I said, what I love doing videos and content, and I enjoy doing videos and content, especially reflection videos, because it gives me the opportunity to also think on some of the things I've honestly haven't really done in the past, which is communicating with the clients, the existing clients I really had. So the clients I really did services with, you know, I have a whole folder in the list of all those clients I've services, and sometimes I get so busy, you know, focusing on getting new clients, getting all this, that I've neglected to call my existing clients. They might even have work. So if you have a list of great clients on there, you should be calling them. I should be visiting them, calling them. Why? Because we've really established a business relationship with them. And that's something I'm going to be working on very hard in 2025. Improve on that, you know? Improve on the clients I've already serviced. Because we really build a relationship with them. There's so much business in there for reoccurring customers that I get so busy and get caught up in the you know, in the business, get caught up in new customers and all that, where I have a whole list of customers that I can be calling. So if you have a list of customers, you have a list of people that you've really serviced, give those guys a call, visit them, you know. And you know, you don't realize how many times I visit customers and clients, and I've gotten other jobs. So that's something I'm gonna start doing. You know, I'm gonna start visiting. I'm gonna start servicing my existing clients very well. And you know, and when somebody calls you, an existing client calls you, you got to move on that ASAP. You know, because you've really established a relationship with that client. So that's something I'm gonna be working on. And going off a little bit on, well, this can be related to some of the services that we offer, because that's originally what this video was going to be about some of the services. But then I got into more of why we should also be communicating with our existing clients. So, and that's in the beginning of the video, some of the services, you know, hardscape, painting, and we should slowly transition into other services as well, concrete, and that's some of the stuff we done, you know. And it's funny because I still specialize in those type of services, but now I've become more of a general construction company, you know. a guy riding I don't know how these guys can ride those one-wheel bikes on there. It's crazy, you know. Balance. Let me go a little slower. Look at that. How's that possible? I think anybody in there can comment on that. How's it? I don't know if I can do that. You know, it's literally on one wheel, and it must be, I guess, easy. I don't know, because I've always seen those, but I don't know how they can balance on there. That's crazy, huh? Well, guys, just on that, because that's something I saw here while making the video on that. It's funny. That's cool. It must be an easy way to transport, right? If you have a lot of traffic. But I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can balance that. My balancing is not as great on there, but some people might be really good at doing that anyway. So this is something we saw in there. So, guys, like I was saying, on the services, you know, you have to service your clients on there really well. And again, that's why I make a reflection video, because I go back and be like, hey, this is what I was thinking, this was what I was saying, and then I like sharing these experiences over with the subscribers and for the people watching this video. You know, the last content video I made, and check that out, is I have a few videos. The last one I made was a paper competition video that we participated in Western Interlock. Check that one out on there. If you go on my there's also a playlist on there on 4 different videos that I recommend you guys watching and checking it out. Those competitions that Western Interlock held for the last 4 years. And yeah, me just talking about a particular topic on there. And then I have another video which got really great engagement, you know, on there. So don't hesitate to comment on the video. If you want me to touch on a specific topic related to business, you know, because this is a professional business channel that we talk about business, put your comment on the bottom on there. You know, support us on the channel as well. If you have a specific thing you want me to address, to talk about, I'm more than happy to look it over, do some research and some studying, and honestly talk about it. You know, I'm a small business owner, 34 years old, but I have over 10 years experience in small business. I've also been a W-2 employee, so I have that experience as well. I've been a W-2, I've been on both sides, and I've been a small business owner. So I have a lot of experience in business and in working W-2 over the last couple of years. So if you have any questions related to that, any questions related to the business, you know, I'm more than happy to make a video about that, look through it, and definitely make a video addressing some of those things, you know, because, you know, the big part of my channel is educational, you know, educational and reflections. And that's very important. I think some people, you know, we have the tendency, and I always try to find this on YouTube as well, is to find organic material, organic content, raw content, I call it. Content that really reflects and shows exactly what's going on in life. You know, what exactly is going on with small businesses, what's exactly going on with everybody, you know. And what I'm talking about is the reality, is the truth, you know. And that's why I like making content video. That's why I started a YouTube channel a couple of years ago, was because for that purpose too. The purpose of being able to talk about those things, guys. And, you know, some of the services that we offer, so you guys can know a little bit more about FRC Construction, our company, and what better way to express that than making a video about those type of things. So, guys, thank you for watching, and don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Now we're heading to the I-5 freeway on there. If you guys notice, it's extremely foggy. That's how Oregon is here. We always get fog, and then sometimes when there's fog, usually later on, a couple hours later, it's usually some sun. And that's funny, because in this weekend it was pouring rain. Now we got fog and potentially some sun. That's a crazy thing about Oregon. It's got some very crazy weather on there. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Check out the other videos that I have on the channel, and subscribe. And then, yeah, support us. Like I said, if anything is possible, make our YouTube channel keep growing. And like I mentioned, write a comment on there on a topic you want me to address, and I'm more than happy to talk about it. So guys, thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Adios. Nos vemos.